welcome back to my channel. So today I have this super sexy sultry smoky eye. It's a brown smoky eye that I've done for you guys. I've got really big lashes. I've used the iconic House of Lashes, which are absolutely amazing, love. And I've got super highlighted skin. I've gone ham on the highlighter today just for a really nice dewy skin, and I've paired this whole look up with a really nice nude lip which is matte. So if you are interested in recreating this look, then just keep on watching. So we're going to start off with completely bare fresh skin, and then I'm going to go in with my Bobbi Brown Extra Face Oil. I've only recently just purchased this and I really like it. It's really nice and hydrating. So I'm going to pop this all over the skin, and then I'm going to use the Bobbi Brown Extra Eye Repair Cream as well, just underneath my eyes, just because I do have some sort of lineage underneath my eyes. I'm going to then use my Smashbox Photo Ready Finish Primer, and this is the hydrating version, and I'm going to prime the whole of my face with this. And then I've got the Benefit Professional. I've got the sample. How cute was the sample? It's so small, and I'm going to pop this just in the center of my face, just to give me a really nice smooth looking skin. Spraying my face with a little bit of Fix Plus just to refresh it. We're going to go straight in with the Prep and Prime highlighter pen in Peach Luster. As I usually do, I'm going to put this in all of the darker areas. So this would be underneath my eyes and also around my mouth area, and this is just going to neutralize any darkness that I do have. So the foundation that I'm going to be using is of course Face and Body by MAC, and I'm mixing the shades C5 and C6 because I find that I sit perfectly between the two of these. So I'm mixing them up, and then I'm just going to use a damp beauty blender and sponge this all over my skin. I'm going to go in with my NARS Creamy Concealer in Caramel. I've just kind of recently gone back into my concealer collection and picked this back up, and I really like this concealer. It's a perfect colour, really nice for my pigmented areas as well. So I'm going to pop this around any areas that I do have darkness, and then use my beauty blender just to airbrush these into the skin. I don't want any harsh lines, I just want it really nice and airbrushed. Then I'll go in with my Maybelline Instant Anti-Age Eraser Concealer, and this is in the shade Nude, and I'm going to pop this in all the usual high points that you guys see me do in every single tutorial of my face, and then again use that same beauty blender that is going to be really nice and damp and blend this all into the skin. I'm going to set my under eyes with a little bit of MAC Mineralized Skin Finish, and this is in the loose powder in the shade Medium, so it is quite a bit lighter for me, but I like the brightness that it gives. I'm going to just sponge it over and then let it sit there, and then I'm going to take a really nice big fluffy brush and brush this away. This is just going to stop my concealer from creasing, and that is the skin done. So moving on to the eyes, I'm going to use my MAC Fluid Line Gel Pot in Dip Down, and I'm going to just brush this through my eyebrows. Then we're going to go in with some black eyeliner pencil, and I learnt this technique off Jeffree Star. So just put your beauty blender down and stretch the skin a little bit, and then you can put your eye pencil kohl in your waterline. Using Maybelline Color Tattoo 24 Hour in Creme de Nude, we're going to pop this on the eyelid as a full base because we want our colours to pop and we want to keep them primed, so we don't want any creasing throughout the day. I'm also just going to use my beauty blender just to sponge over this. Then using the shadow in Texture by MAC, I'm going to use this as my transition colour, something really nice and soft. You just want to go for something that's just a little bit darker than your natural skin tone. And I'm also going to go into the hollows of the eyes there. Then I'm going to be taking Antiques, and I'm going to pop this into my crease with a smaller, fluffier brush. So this is the 217 by MAC. Then I'm going to be using a darker shade, so I'm going to be using Handwritten and Embark, and then going back into the crease just to create some definition to the eyes. I'm also using this smaller 211 brush, I believe it is, by MAC, and I'm going to pop this underneath my lower lash line. Then going in with a really nice big fluffy brush, I'm just going to airbrush all the edges out so we don't have any harsh lines. Using my black eyeliner pencil, I'm going to be going into my lower lash line and smoking this out because we want a really nice smoky, sultry look. And then going in with MAC eyeshadow in the shade Nylon, I'm going to be using this to highlight. It's got a really nice iridescent sort of gold sort of colour to it, and I'm going to pop this into the corners of my eyes and also on my brow bone. Then using a fluffy brush again just to kind of airbrush everything out. We want everything to be really soft. Using that black eyeliner pencil, I'm going to roughly go onto the top of my eyelash line and then smudge this out using a pencil brush, and you guys can see the difference here. how much it smokes out your eyes. It gives a really nice sultry, smoky look to your eyes. Using my iconic lashes by House of Lashes. I love these. I gave into the hype and I absolutely love these lashes. I'm going to pop these on and then pop a little bit of liquid liner on top just to hide that lash band, because I am not the greatest at putting lashes on. I'm going to connect this into the inner corner of my eyes and then pop a little bit of mascara on the top and also the bottom, just to create a little bit of drama. Using Nylon, again by MAC, I'm going to use this to highlight the brow bone further because I want a little bit of an intense glow. And then I'm going to brush this into my inner corners again. We're going to start bronzing our face with the Sleek palette in the bronzer in the shade Dark, and then I'm also going to highlight with Oh Darling. Now look at that highlight, it's so intense. I didn't realize how intense it was going to be, but I love the highlight. I just needed to soften it a little bit, tone it down, so I'm going to go over with my bronzer again, and I'm going to pop this onto the bridge of my nose, the ball of my nose, the cupid's bow, and also a little bit of the forehead because I like that glow. Then we're going to go in with Wow lip pencil, and I'm going to line my lips completely. I'm also going to fill them in, and then taking the matte lipstick by MAC called Wow, I'm going to pop this onto the lips. Now I find that this shade's a little bit darker than the lip liner, so I went in with a little bit of Honey Love just to mix it up and get a really nice nude. I'm mixing the colours here just to get a really nice colour for me, and then I'll be using the Makeup Forever HD powder, which is a translucent setting powder, popping that directly onto the lips, and that's going to make it completely matte. Then we're just going to finish this look off with a little bit of Fix Plus, and that is the look, guys. I hope you really enjoyed watching this tutorial.